and viewers, my name is Kiss and welcome back to KTV Network. Today I'm reacting to Insane. Nintendo ignores gamers and raises prices on Switch 2 products. They'll never drop prices. Then I guess they want to expedite PC is king, you know? They wanna go out of business. Or this is my conspiracy theory moment. Tinfoil hat moment. What if they're all in cahoots and trying to purposely go out of business so PC can monopolize, right? And then we have no choice but to buy $80 games. Huh? You thought about that? But, yeah. That's just my tinfoil hat moment. But let's get started. This is from Dr. Disaster. It would help to switch the scene. Alright.
What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster.
Bye.
And the Nintendo Switch 2 situation with their raised prices is the story that kinda reminds me of a monster from a horror movie. No matter how many times you shoot this thing, it just doesn't stay down.
Why can't you just die?
When we found out the other day that the tariff situation was kinda dying down, at least for most countries, at least for a while, a lot of people out there figured we would finally find out when pre-orders would start in the US for the Switch 2, and we figured the story would maybe not die off with regards to whether or not the prices were going to raise for the Switch 2, but at least it would resolve itself for a while. After all, there's no reason to raise prices if there isn't much of a tariff. It seemed like smooth sailing from here on, but like I said, this story is like a monster movie with a creature that just...
Pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 will begin on Thursday, April 24, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we've seen this. I've seen all of this. Damn! An all-in-one carrying case, $84. An express card, which you can get for way cheaper, $59. That's nuts. What is wrong with y'all? Joy-Con 2 pair, $94. Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, $84. I mean, I think you know what? I can't talk because I paid $70 for a remote. Like, somebody put a clown emoji on my face, but for a PS2, for the PS5 remotes, those are hella expensive.
Won't die and keeps on coming out of nowhere.
Okay.
Jesus Christ!
Well, unfortunately, Nintendo decided to raise the
was
prices
not expecting
after all
that.
on most of their items. As you can see here, we found out that the Switch 2 pre-orders begin on April 24th in the United States, and the price of the Switch 2 console itself isn't gonna change. But Nintendo is using the excuse of the tariffs as a means to raise the prices on their accessories once again. So instead of listening to gamers
Right, we've seen
who have
this.
been incessantly telling them to drop the prices on the Switch 2,
Yup.
these jackanapes at Nintendo have decided to go the completely opposite direction.
We're not just doing this for money. We're doing it for a shitload of money.
Sure, the tariffs are still
Tinfoil
ongoing
hat.
with China, where Nintendo does a lot of their manufacturing, but actually, the bulk of its production is done in other countries, and it would be very easy to sidestep the tariffs for a company like Nintendo, and undoubtedly, they are sidestepping those tariffs. No, I'm very hopeful that at least some people out there will deal with this monster movie villain in the appropriate way and choose not to buy it.
Supposedly dead killer comes back to
By the way, that's not coming from me. That noise, that's not me.
life for one last scare.
Not in my movie.
Ooh, I love Scream. Raise your hand if you love Scream. Actually, no, tell me in the comments. Which is your favorite? What's your favorite scary movie? I don't know, I stuck
Alright,
around with the
hearties,
intro this time
make
because I was
sure you
feeling
hit
it.
the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also, please consider supporting the channel by becoming a member. The first part of the novel that I've written, a dark fantasy story, will be available via audiobook for members only this coming Friday. The book itself will be available to purchase on Amazon in the near future, but in the meantime, if you want
My
to
brain
support
is moving
alternatives
as
to
fast as
mainstream
he's
culture
talking
like
right
Nintendo,
now. The
nickel and
playback
diming
speed.
us at every step, consider supporting this channel instead by becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. In any case, let's dive into Nintendo's decision to raise prices yet again. First, let's look at a statement that was published on Nintendo's website explaining their decision. They said Nintendo Switch 2 accessories will experience price adjustments from those announced on April 2nd due to changes in
looks like
market
so
conditions.
much fun.
Other
You could
adjustments
fly
to the price
now?
of any Nintendo product
I
are also
mean,
possible in the future,
we could always
depending on market
glide,
conditions.
but-
And once again, I remind you that actually the market conditions have changed very little in the United States unless you're bringing something over from China. A 10% tariff remains in place for everywhere else, and Nintendo is unwilling to eat that. They initially raised their prices on everything well over 10%. A 10% tariff in place wipes out most of their raised prices, but they aren't having it. Let's look at the actual prices though. Here is a list of the final MSRP
easy.
of their products. As you can see, the console and the console bundle with Mario Kart both remained at their initial price, which reinforces what I was telling you folks the other day, that the console itself is absolutely not where a gaming company like Nintendo makes its money. Often, they even take a loss on their consoles because what they really want is to have you in a position where you are buying their software and accessories, which they make a killing on. Just as a reminder, anytime you buy any software, even from like a third party on Nintendo, Nintendo actually rakes in about 25% of that sale. So if you buy the new Elder Scrolls game, then Bethesda takes 75% of the sale and Nintendo takes 25%. So that is why they want you buying their consoles and they don't mind taking a little bit of a loss on it. Anyhow, Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong
Because
Bonanza
what?
are staying at their original price, a little bit of a loss on it. Why they want you buying their 5% of the sale and Nintendo takes 25%. So that is why they want you buying their consoles and game. Then Bethesda takes 75% of the sale and Nintendo takes 25%. So that is why they want you buying their consoles and they don't mind taking a little bit of a loss on it. Anyhow, Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza are staying at their original prices, $80 and $70 respectively. Nothing changed there, but the accessories below almost all saw an increase. The Pro Controller is selling for $85 now, but the original price was $80. And back on the original Switch, you could buy a Pro Controller for $70. So this is actually quite a rise in price. The pair of Joy-Cons are now selling for $95, but the original price on those was $90, and most pairs of Joy-Cons could be purchased on the Switch 1 at $65 or $70. So this is a
Wow.
really high price bump.
Yeah.
And look at the price below that. Even the freaking strap for the Joy-Cons went up. Now they want $14 for just a little strap. But before,
You could buy
they
that
were
for
charging
$6 on
$13.
Amazon.
Absolutely preposterous. The Joy-Con wheel was priced at $20 before, now they are charging $25. That is a price increase of 25%, and
That's
it is
really
highway
crazy.
robbery, which a 10% tariff definitely does not explain away. The Switch 2 camera is priced at $55, and the previous price point was $50. The Switch 2 dock set is $120 now, and the prior price was $110. The carrying case and screen protector is $40 now, up from $35, and the all-in-one carrying case is now $85, up from $80, which is a massive ripoff if you ask me. A freaking carrying case is nowhere near worth that. But a Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter is now $35, up from $30, and lastly, the micro SD card is $60, and that is the one accessory which isn't changing the price, most likely because that is a Samsung product and not actually manufactured by Nintendo. So yeah, just to reiterate, most of the manufacturing done by
the gig
Nintendo
makes it
is
kind
not
of
in China.
perhaps
According to
kind of
this article
worth
here
the
from the New
price,
York
but
Times, the company moved most of its production to Vietnam in order to sidestep the threat of tariffs. But what's ridiculous to me is if you're concerned about tariffs in the U.S. to the point that you're
there are many ways to avoid tariffs in the U.S. I'm not gonna tell y'all, but you've seen it. People are talking about it. I'm not gonna be legally liable here, okay? But that's not a good excuse, okay?
moving production to another country, then why not move production to the country where you fear the tariffs in the first place? And the answer, of course, is because they don't want to pay a competitive wage to the people working in their factories. They set up shop in these countries where they aren't afraid to abuse their own people and make them work for peanuts. I'm not going to go on a rant about how much I hate that practice, which is essentially slave labor, but I could rail on it for hours. I will say this, however, if tariffs end this practice, I'd love it. And I will also say this, Notice how, at least at the moment, Sony and Microsoft have not announced hikes in their prices on their accessories or anything like that. They are eating any tariff costs at this moment. Not that those companies
Ooh, that
don't
looks like
deserve
so
their
much
own criticism,
fun.
they absolutely do. It's just worth pointing out that Nintendo is bound and determined to up the profitability on their products for this generation console, no matter the cost to consumers. We'll see
So, how long do you think the Switch 2 emulator will take to come out?
if it pays off for them, though. But
Let me know.
I'm going to leave it there. For anyone out there who is still thinking of grabbing a Switch 2, does this move the needle for you at all and change
No.
your mind? And
Nope.
for everyone else, what do you think about this? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there.
I'm gonna wait. And mostly, and anyway, like, most of us will be forced to wait anyway, just because of the scalpers. Most likely, we'll take them and resell them. So I'm gonna wait a little while just to see what happens. But let me know what you'll do. You know, will you become a part of the crowd that buys it on the spot, or are you gonna wait and rebel? I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm the waiting crowd. So I'm just over here like, okay, I'll wait until it gets cheaper or until an emulator comes out. But I'm a law-abiding citizen, so pretend I didn't say that. Just kidding. I mean, it's on the iPhone apps, right? So it's like, if it comes out on iPhone, y'all can't do nothing. But all right, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what other gaming videos you want me to react to. Like and subscribe if you buy, become a B today, and check me out in the live streams. I'll be doing Indiana Jones tomorrow, which is probably today. Bunch of games. Check me out. Okay, bye.